Good morning, friends. This is what snow looks like in May. And here's another scene as well. It was more than just a few flurries. The snow was really swirling around for several hours. It wasn't sticking at all. A friend wrote to ask if I'd ever heard of a snowstorm in June, and I hadn't, but a quick Google search pointed me in the direction of the year 1816, when it was called the year without a summer. A violent volcano had exploded in Indonesia, and it just caused crop failure and just terrible. It was a terrible year all around the world. And there was even frost in July and August. I put the link to that in the show notes, so it's interesting to read about what happened. Happy Mom's Day to my mom and my aunt, and to all the beautiful, hardworking mom friends. To my to our great aunts, our great grandmothers, everybody, all the moms that I know in my life, all my mom friends. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're finding some way to spend it with your loved ones today. A friend of mine's mom passed away, and I'm just thinking a lot about her today. Her mom just passed away a few days ago. So I'm sending lots of love to my friend. Her name's Colleen, and her daughter Lotus. They were a very close family. Let's see. I wanted to, I wanted to talk about some wonderful wildlife that's happening right now around in the community and on our shores. But first, I wanted to mention a couple of the restaurants and businesses that are just doing a great job being inventive and creative during this time. Let's see. Well, first of all, the Franklin Cafe is reopening on Thursday, and they'll be open for curbside pickup. And it's the menus very much their usual menu, so it looks great. And I've put a link to that and how you can order from the Franklin Cafe. They'll be open, I believe it was Thursday through Sunday. And yeah, the menu looks great. I can't wait to have once again their grilled calamari. It's out of this world. So I'm really looking forward to their reopening on Thursday. And then shout out to Castaways Vintage Cafe. They're doing a great job, just super creative, inventive. It's just a wonderful family. They have uh, this week they've been selling beautiful little succulents in little hand wrapped pots. The pots have little shells woven around them. Very, very charming, very sweet. Only $10. Great little affordable gift, not just for Mom's Day, but for anybody. Let's see. Fisherman's Wharf, Gloucester is doing just a phenomenal job. Now they have a seafood mobile, I should call it really, seafood market mobile, and they're parked in front of Minglewood. But I'm just wondering if they're going to take their fish market on the road. That would be pretty awesome. People were writing when I posted about it. People were writing and saying, "Oh, can they come to South Carolina? Can they come to my neighborhood?" So we'll see. Hopefully, they'll they'll just continue on. They're just more and more creative. Right now, they're selling scallops, haddock. I think they had scrod this week, flounder, lobster, scallops. Did I say scallops? Anyways, they're just doing a tremendous job. Let's see. Oh, and I also want to mention something. Oh, about Shorten, Maine. Yeah, my husband and I had a to-go dinner there this week. We had their amazing fried chicken. Just nobody else does fried chicken like they do. And it was with wonderful mashed potatoes, and then also some braised greens And then also you could order additionally, they're just extraordinary biscuits. They were just layers of biscuits and butter, and it was just, they're wonderful biscuits. So anyways, and when, I'm not sure when they're going to be having their fried chicken dinner again. They had it 2 nights last week, Wednesday and Thursday. So keep an eye out on their menu. Let's see. And then, oh, and as long as we're talking about food and food related things, Cedar Rock Gardens on May 15th is opening up their warm weather seedling sale. So they'll have all their veggie plants available on herbs, and then their wonderful selection of flowers, which I've been using in my business for a number of years since they opened, really. And their flower selection is exquisite, and you will be able to, on May 15th, I believe is the opening day, be able to go to their website, place your order, and also arrange for curbside pickup. So that's a great thing that they're doing. And also I put a post up about when to plant warm weather seedlings. So I just want to let people know that it's too early now, especially with the kind of spring that we're having right now. It's been very cold this spring, so I would follow the time of planting by the moon calendar, and I would really recommend not planting your warm weather seedlings until after June 1st. Otherwise, even if they get a little bit cold, it'll weaken them for the rest of the season, and they'll just struggle along. So take care of your little plants. Don't plant them out too early, and make sure you harden them off before planting. Oh, let's see now. Oh, one thing I wanted to share with you was this beautiful flock of cedar waxwings appeared in our garden. And I was on the floor playing with Charlotte, and I heard this beautiful sounds out the window, and I had the window open, otherwise I might have missed it altogether. And I looked out the window, and there was a flock of cedar waxwings. I had not seen a whole flock in our garden and in our neighborhood for a number of years, so it was very exciting to see. I went outside and photographed from my porch, so I was looking like right at them, so it was really a nice, clear, perfect view. The most beautiful thing to see were the male and female courting. The male would pluck a bud from one of the tree branches and pass it to the female, and then she would pass it back, and they would go back and forth, and sometimes they would eat it, and then they'd hop through the branches and repeat that. Wasn't that a sweet thing to see? Really, just totally surprised. I wasn't sure what I was looking at first. Let's see. Another exciting thing that happened locally with wildlife is our friend Meadow Anderson found some sea salps. The Andersons they walk on the beach regularly, and Chris shared a photo of Meadow holding some sea salps, which reminded me of a video that I made a while ago. About luminescent sea salps. So I'm going to post that information as well. But be on the lookout for sea salps. They look like little gelatinous little pillows. They're small, maybe about an inch or so, and they reproduce asexually, so they can form a chain of up to 15 feet long. But right now, I think they explode during algae blooms, and I don't think that's happening right now, but you can see the little individual ones around on the beach right now. So I've been thinking a lot about how to bring all the piping plover activity that's happening right now to everybody, and I thought this week we'd start a series, and I'm going to call it the Piping Plover Chronicles. I'm currently following 3 different families right now. That might expand a little bit, but at 3 different locations. And following these different families is great for the documentary that I'm working on for comparing and contrasting. So, so our PiPls are a little bit behind, at least a week or so, compared to other piping plover families. They've been struggling at Good Harbor Beach. There's still been a lot of dog and human disturbance in their area. There are no signs up yet, so we're working very hard to correct that. I wanted to show you these clips. Let's see. Let me try to find what. So these short clips that we're going to look at are piping plovers foraging at the tide pools. And they do this from the moment they arrive. But a behavior that's shared by all plovers, all different species of plovers, is something called foot trembling. It's also called foot tapping and foot pattering. But they shake their foot in the sand, and the vibrations cause the worms and other small prey to come up to the surface, and then they pluck it out and eat it. So it's it's fun to see their little foot trembling behavior. These clips have been slowed down by about 50%. It happens so quickly. They zoom around so fast on the beach that if I didn't slow it down, you wouldn't be able to see what was happening. I'm going to, I have some, getting lots of great footage, so I'll be sharing that every week and with photos and stories. This week I filmed a horrific fight, and I guess I'll post that as well next week. But if anybody has anything that they want to share or talk about, I'd love to bring that up in this little show. Any kind of wildlife stories especially, or great restaurants that you've been to during this curbside pickup. Any business that you'd like to support or help. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.